Okay. Hi. Can you
Hello,
hear me?
brother. Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
What's up, sir? How you doing?
It's an early Australian morning, and I saw
What'd you
the
say?
link to this stream. It's an early Australian
What did you say?
morning.
I didn't get you. Oh, you're in Australia. That's
Australia.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I saw
This
the
is no.
link
This is
to
not.
this. Hmm?
Sorry. Let me reply to this comment. This is not my guest. My guest is still coming. He just joined.
No
How you
worries.
doing?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just saw the link to the stream on Dots Connected to Islam channel.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Rob. They said you're
It
banned on dots connected to Islam. Why is that?
beats
Huh?
me,
Are
man.
you a bad?
I've had
You a bad boy?
apparently I'm a bad boy.
Apparently, you're a bad boy.
Yeah.
My mod says he mods for Fawad. Share this with him. Anyways, what you have first, man? You've not been a bad boy to me, so I'll treat you like a good boy until you become a bad boy. How's that?
Oh, okay. Challenge accepted.
No, it's not a challenge, bro.
Uh,
1 second. Let me just put this on my. Okay, so let's go. What do you have?
well, I'm a Christian. I've been reading through the Quran on my channel, and I'm up to Surah 25. Um,
Okay.
so far, I have no reason to believe in Islam based on what I've read in those particular surahs. Um, I
Uh,
don't know how much or how long you've been a Muslim. I'm only just meeting you now, or how much of the Quran you read, but that's basically it in a
okay.
nutshell.
So, do you have any specific questions? Like, is there anything you want to talk about?
It's up to you, man. Like, I mean,
Okay, so you're a Christian, right?
yeah.
Why are you?
Because
What is?
I've read the 25 chapters, so I could literally touch on any of those chapters.
Why not tell me about Christ? Tell me about Christ. I think that's a good place to start. What do you think?
Yeah. So obviously, Orthodox Christian, I believe, Nicene
You're
Creed.
Orthodox.
Well, Orthodox faith in the sense, Orthodox Creed. So like Nicene Creed, Athanasian Creed. So I
Okay.
believe he's both God and man. I believe he's the Messiah. I believe he was crucified. My questions though in regards to the Quran is that I'm interested to see what the Quran says about these particular biblical characters, like how they behaved, what they spoke, and that's my question for all Muslims. Why does the Quran lay out, um, say in this case, the Jesus of the Quran is completely different to the Jesus of the New Testament? But it's a Jesus that is no different to any of the what Christians would call a heterodox version of, say, the Gnostics, the Docetists, the Ebionites, those uh, small like minority groups that had a peculiar view of
Rob,
Jesus.
can you see this?
Yes,
So
I
I don't know
can. Yeah,
why they say
yeah.
why they say these things about you, bro. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I'm
Honestly, I don't know.
look, I'm gonna treat you good, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, let's just ask something like tangible, something very, like I don't want to go. You were saying a lot of stuff.
Oh,
Focus on
okay,
one thing
okay.
and
So,
let's
for
just
example,
yeah,
let's stick to a surah. So, for example, say Surah 19 is probably the
Surah
most
19,
fascinating one.
Surah Maryam.
Yeah,
Okay, so what happened there?
right. So, in Surah 19, we have Mary being. Um, Let me just quickly go there. And I'm honestly interested in your perspective on this.
No problem, man.
Let's go
That's why
to
we're here.
say. Let's start with verse 2, ayah 2. So remembrance of the mercy of your
Okay.
Lord to his servant Zechariah, when he called out in
Okay.
secret, he said, My Lord. This is basically Zechariah with respect to John the Baptist, that he's going to be born and so on. Then you come down to verse 16. And remember the
Okay.
book Mary, when she withdrew from her family to an eastern place and took a veil apart
Didn't
from
get
them,
that.
we sent to her our spirit, took for her the form of a human being exactly. She said, Surely I have refuge with the merciful from you, if you are one who guards yourself. He said, I'm only a messenger of your Lord, sent to grant you a boy who's pure. And then obviously we know that's
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Okay, just for the sake of interest, what's your run down? Give your tafsir, like run down through these verses to me. Like, what does it mean that she withdrew from her family to an eastern place? What's this eastern place? Why does she presume that something bad will happen to her when there's a veil, like she veils herself in this eastern place, and then there's this human form, this being that appears to her, and she thinks something bad will happen, and it breaks down to her shaking a date palm in verse 25. Like this voice is speaking to her. Is it the angel talking? Is it Jesus? Like, give me your historical breakdown about this.
You know what we're gonna do, Rob? Rob.
Yes.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna open what's it called? A tafsir. I have tafsir study, so
Yep.
we'll open it together and see.
Go
Right?
for it.
Is that
Go
cool?
for it. Yeah. Go for it.
All right. Let me see how I can share the screen. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um. Let me see how I can share the screen. Mm, share screen. 1 second. Hmm. What?
Why is Mr. Doctor saying, Rob, I want to box you?
Mr. Doctor is my number one mod, bro. So he's really
Yeah, your,
defensive. I
your
don't
number
know.
one mod wants to have a boxing match. I don't think that would fare very well for you, Mr. Doctor. I'm too nice. Um,
Oh my god. I don't know why this. Okay, hold on. Right.
it's okay. By the way, if your internet's bad, I can just like if you put the link in the private chat,
What?
I'll just open. If your internet is bad and you can't share,
No, it is sharing. I think we have it now, right?
oh, okay, yep. Is this from the study
Yeah.
Quran
So
or like what's
Tafsir Sadi. Tafsir Sadi. He was Mufassir. He
okay?
in a couple hundred. Yeah. So this is what he says. We're
Hmm.
starting from what? Okay. So here, this is where you were talking about, right? Can you see my
Yep,
mouse?
yep, yep.
Okay. So Asadi, he says, having mentioned the story of Zakaria and Yahya and its wondrous signs, Allah now tells us a story that is even more wondrous, moving on to that which is lesser, to that which is more sublime. Recount, O Muhammad, in the story of Maryam, peace be upon her, that this is one of her greatest virtues that she is mentioned in the holy book, which is from the Muslims. This is Asadi speaking now, from the east to the
Hmm.
west, recites. Okay. And her good conduct when she withdrew, that is, she moved away from her family towards the east, that is to the east of where they were. She screened herself from them, that is, she put a barrier between her and herself. The reason why she went away from them and screened herself was in order to withdraw and be alone in worship with her Lord, with humility and sincerity towards Him. I think you got your answer right there, right? From Asadi. She withdrew
Okay,
herself to worship,
so
to get closer to Allah.
but I find it interesting that other tafsir like Ibn Abbas, Ibn Kathir, they'll
What?
speak about.
What tafsir?
So other tafsir narrators like Ibn Kathir, Ibn Abbas, Jalalain.
Ibn Abbas doesn't have a tafsir, bro. So that's
Uh,
Ibn Abbas didn't.
no.
I have tafsir Ibn
Quran.
Kathir as well. You want me to bring that up?
If I go Quran X,
Say, what do you
the
think?
website, yeah.
What did you say they said?
Well, apparently it's to do with she's having menses. So
She's having
she's
menses.
yeah,
Is that
she's
what
having
it says in tafsir Ibn Kathir? Hey guys, our
uh
guest is here. Our guest is here.
let me just show it to you here.
Okay. Welcome. Our guest is here, guys. So get ready. He's really Hollywood, guys. So don't act weird. Just be calm. Assalamu alaikum, ya Sheikh.
Walaikum
How are you,
salam wa
sir?
barakatuh. I'm good. I'm good, brother.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time, man. How's everything?
We're all good. Everything is fine.
All
So I
right.
think,
So
I think I will
was
just, I'm not yet settled. I will join you in the next,
okay.
yes, I want my camera in the next maybe few minutes.
All right, then I'll just mute you.
Oh,
Just say something in the chat if you want me to unmute you. All right. All right. So Rob, what were you saying?
Okay, so who is Tanwir al-Mikbas min Tafsir Ibn Abbas? Who is this particular individual?
I think that's not the name of an individual.
Well, according to I'll put it in the private chat.
Okay, let me see. Tanwir al-Mikbas min Tafsir Ibn Abbas. Where did you get this from?
This is a Muslim website. This is like what is this one particular individual that
Abbas
you've never heard
doesn't
of
have a
before?
tafsir, bro. That's known. Ibn Abbas did not write a tafsir. You know?
Yeah. So okay, what's your here's the link.
This is Wikipedia, bro.
Is a book of tafsir comprising exegesis and interpretation of the Quran. The book contains narrations of disputed authenticity which are attributed to the 7th century Islamic scholar and Sahabi Ibn Abbas.
Yeah. So this book, this was authored by some guy. His name was Firuz Abadi. Look, Ibn Abbas made commentary on some verses, like when he was asked about some verses, because he was very knowledgeable on the Quran. He's a companion of the Prophet Muhammad. Well, he didn't write the tafsir. So anything you have is like someone compiling, what's it called? Compiling his words, his sayings. But anyways, what does it say? Let's say it's authentic. Let's just say it's authentic.
So
She chosen
apparently
seclusion from them.
she purifies herself. I mean, according to him, she purifies herself
What?
after the end of her menses.
After the end of her menses, then we sent
and
unto
then,
her our spirit.
Yeah, Gabriel, when she had finished purifying herself, and had assumed for her the likeness of a perfect man. Now, the question though, based on the tafsir you just laid out, where is this eastern place, and what sort of veil is this? Like, so they try to explain the veiling as being she's going through her purification process, but purification with respect to what? Like,
listen, Rob. The Tafsir Sadi says one thing, and this what you brought says another thing, right? And both of them are, how do I say? They are speaking from, how do I say? They are doing ijtihad. They are, what's the word for this? They're not evidence, any textual evidence, right? As far as I know. So this is like different opinions of what's happened. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking the very specific question. Why does the Quran use language like eastern place? Eastern with respect to what location? Where was she before?
With respect to their location, where she was.
Yeah, but what was that location?
It says east, so it's not something that is relevant. You know, Allah says she withdrew to the east, so she withdrew to the east, and she screened herself from Yani them, her family, and the angel came to her. You know
Yeah, but why? Like, okay, like in Surah
why?
3, where is she when she's being fed by Allah in Surah 3? What's the
In Surah
location?
3?
Yeah.
Oh, look, Rob, you're asking really. I want to get at because Surah 3, where in Surah 3?
I mean, it's all interconnected. So in Surah 3, ayah, let's see here. Uh, ayah 37. So
Okay.
her mother, right, realizes that she gives birth to a female in ayah
Mm-hmm.
36. And then 37, so her Lord accepted her being Mary, her fully, and caused her to grow up well. And Zachariah took charge of her. When Zachariah entered upon her in the place of prayer, he found a provision of food with her. He said, Mary, where does this
Mm-hmm.
food come to you from? She said, it's from God. And then when you go down all the way to 44, um, this is one of the stories of the unseen. We inspired you, which is Muhammad, with it. You were not with
The
them when
unseen
they
that
were
we revealed to
casting.
you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Allah is basically telling Muhammad, you were not with them when they cast their pens as lots to see which of them would take charge of Mary. So
Yeah.
the question is, what's the place of prayer in Mary's original historical context?
What is the place of prayer in Mary's original context?
Yeah, what would be the place that she's in this place of
It says she
worship
went
prayer?
away. She secluded herself. So it doesn't. It's not like a mosque. Are you thinking it's like a mosque or something or a temple?
No, I'm asking you. I'm
Yeah, that's what I'm
interconnecting
saying.
Surah
It doesn't
3
give
with
any
Surah
details.
19.
Yeah, and I'm saying it doesn't give any details. So all I do is look in other places, look in other places and see, look in other places and see where they can try to gather information about this and comment on it. So this is what because
Yeah,
like
but it's
I don't know
brother,
I don't know what
brother,
to say, man.
brother. You notice the name of your name is Rational Muslim. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I'm asking a very rational question. It's a question that is, I'm being very honest here. If the Quran is not going to
I,
give you details, but why then give very specific terms like Easter, or she's in a place of worship or prayer when she's being fed?
is that
This
is
very
that
specific
not a
questions.
detail?
That is a detail. That's why I'm asking. Where's this eastern place? Where was she from originally to then lead to this eastern place? For her to then approach date palms and then shake the date palm tree and all this stuff. Where was this concealment location? Where did that happen for this angel Gabriel to appear to her?
Okay. Uh, I don't really understand, bro. I understand what you're saying, but I don't understand how that is. Why that is not. I mean, this information is not. It's not relevant to your salvation or anything. It's just looking for extra details, and you can always look for extra details. If I tell you, if let's say we knew where the place was, and I told you, you could still ask something like, "Oh, what particular direction?" You could always ask more questions. So, like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Assalamu alaikum. Can I just add a little bit? There is
Of course.
yes, we can bring out a particular name called Katisma Church. Katisma Church. So there have been excavations around Israel, like between this church is located between Jerusalem and Bethlehem, and from archaeological discoveries, like there is high indications that this is where Mary actually gave birth to Jesus Christ. So, and that some early Christians actually hold that place to be sacred. So, and some writings that we have found inside the like is it was discovered during the whole building was discovered during road expansion between Jerusalem and Bethlehem, as I said. And then some of the writings that were found in it shows that there was once a palm tree that was there, and there was once a river that was flowing around there. So maybe if you can just share your screen, you can let's just check for the Katisma Church. Katisma Church. Katesma Church. Katisma Church. So this is something that has been discussed recently by scholars.
You're very good. You're the first Muslim to answer it specifically with the Katisma connection, because the architecture of the Katisma Church is exactly the same as the Dome of the Rock, and yet the Katisma Church predates the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. That's what I find very curious.
So let me get that again. You said what?
The architectural layout of the Katisma Church, which predates the Dome of the Rock, is exactly the same as the Dome of the Rock.
So what's now the objection there? What's the objection?
No. So the fact that you brought up Katisma Church, I've never heard a Muslim actually bring that up. So kudos to you for bringing that up. My question.
So you knew the answer, Rob?
Well, this is part of my research in regards to the stories of the Quran, and my question to you was...
Well, this is a historical answer, bro. This is not
why does the Quran have these details? Like, I didn't want to go into the deep end because I may have lost you going straight to the deep end stuff. So, but your friend here has already brought that up. So
that's why I brought him on.
Yeah, and just like our brother said, it's not necessary we know about some of these details because not every Muslim is actually interested in it. So it's only when you are interested in research and you want to go into extra details. Like these things are not related to your salvation, and that's the reason why the Quran does not go into all those details. The Quran keep it simple, concise, and straight to the point. So, and when you analyze the general statement that are given in the Quran, you realize that it still makes sense and it's relevant to our salvation. And it's at the end of the day, when you make your research, you realize that those things in the Quran are still consistent with what we are going to discover. So I don't think it's actually necessary to prove that what is in the Quran is actually the truth. We could do that for extra details, but it's not necessary when we are talking about salvation and we are really interested in the truth. It's not really necessary.
Hope you got that, Rob.
Yeah, I did. Did you guys have a plan for talking with guests like myself, or did you have your own interview show?
No. This is what we wanted to do. That's the name of the stream, right? Non-Muslims ask about Islam.